Hey everyone, my name is Natalie, and I am coming to you all today to share a little bit about myself and why I have decided to do weight loss surgery, specifically VSG or vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and why I'm in fact going to Mexico to have this surgery and not here in the United States. And so my whole, weight loss journey, I guess we can call it, started long time ago. I've pretty much been overweight in the obese category my entire life. My earliest really memory of being weighed, and knowing that I was significantly heavier than other people was back in elementary school, and they were doing one of those fitness assessments. And I remember being the heaviest person in my class at 100 pounds. And that's never really got corrected. And throughout middle school and high school, I steadily gained weight. The next time I really remember weighing myself and really taking note of my weight was my freshman year in college, and I remember weighing in at 330 pounds. And my friends and I at the time were just trying to, exercise more, be healthy. I had some friends who were overweight just like myself, and we all wanted to just, take our health into our own hands and do something about it. And so around that time is when I really started, becoming more passionate about health and fitness, and learning more about calories and how food affects your body and better ways to eat and things like that. So about that time I started eating better foods. I cut out a lot of box things. I don't really buy things that come in the center of the grocery store. Pretty much only buy fresh fruits and vegetables, things like that now. And at the time, it was always told, well, just make some small changes. Make a small step here, a small step there, eat a little less, exercise a little more, and everything will be wonderful. And so that's what I had that notion of for a long time. And here I am, almost 30, and I haven't lost its true significant amount of weight yet. All the dieting and exercise plans that various doctors have given me over the years, they've only had small bits of success. So I was able to lose a few pounds, but they didn't really stick for the long term. And so back in college, I had thought about weight loss surgery. I hadn't really thought a whole lot about it. A friend of mine had the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, and when I read a little bit about what all that was entailing, like rearranging your intestines kind of thing, I didn't really like that idea. I still don't want to rearrange my intestines and have a malabsorption type of weight loss. And then you saw celebrities and all getting the lap band, and that seemed like an okay idea at first until you see a lot of people having to get those removed or adjusted and having various complications, and that's also kind of scary. Nobody wants to have to go under the knife multiple times. And back then this must have been 2009 or so, I had heard about the gastric sleeve, and at the time it wasn't covered under insurance. And even now, a lot of insurance companies don't cover weight loss surgery, period. But at the time, it wasn't one that was covered and was still kind of experimental. And so I said, oh, okay, well, that seems like a great idea. I guess if I ever did do it, that's what I'd probably get. And I didn't really think about it a whole lot. And then, the older I got, graduated college, met my husband, got married, and throughout this time, more and more doctors that I've seen over the years for a regular checkup are, instead of saying, so how are you feeling, you probably need to exercise a little bit more, are leading with questions like, so have you considered getting weight loss surgery yet? So I started thinking a lot more about it probably in the last 2 or 3 years, and I came to the conclusion that if I want to do the things that I want to do for the rest of my life, then I am going to have to lose a good 100+ pounds so that I can be healthy and be active for the rest of my life, not just the immediate moment, but for the long term. And so over the past year now, I've really, really been doing my research. And so I actually met with a couple of doctors here. I'm in Texas now. I met with a couple of doctors, and we said that I was a great candidate for the gastric sleeve, and it got to the insurance stage, and both my insurance and my husband's insurance does not cover any gastric surgeries, period. And so I would be stuck paying out of pocket. The out of pocket cost here is $12,000, which is not something that is feasible right now. If I decided to do surgery here in the US, I would either be taking out very hefty loans or waiting several years to save up $12,000 towards a surgery. And so I talked to some friends, and they said, hey, well, a lot of people are, considering Mexico, and they suggested that I join some support groups on Facebook. And I started doing more research into the possibility of going to Mexico. Now, I know a lot of people, you immediately hear surgery in Mexico, you immediately think, oh no, they're going to steal your kidneys or some kind of crazy story like that. And that kind of was my first thought at first as well, until I started doing my personal research and reading up on different doctors, reading up on different processes. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos for different people who've gone different places to see what their experiences were like. And it's definitely kind of comforting to have seen and personally emailed back and forth and talked to different people who have gone to Mexico, had surgery, come back and had nothing but great things to say. There have been some instances where people have not liked certain things here or there, and I decided, based on what I was hearing and my own reading and whatnot about the different doctors, that I was going to go ahead and go through with the surgery in Mexico, and I decided to choose ALO Bariatrics in Tijuana, Mexico. I specifically chose that facility because the surgery is done in an actual hospital. Other places that I looked into that were a little bit cheaper were done at more of like a clinic style, like an outpatient clinic, and not an actual hospital. Also, they have the equipment to handle higher BMIs, and so my final decision to go ahead with weight loss surgery and say that, no more allowing myself to say, oh no, it's just a few pounds I have to lose, was when I weighed myself earlier this year, back in January. I was weighing in at 380 pounds, which is the highest I have ever been. And so over the past 10 years, I've added about 50 pounds. And so back in college, I was about 330, and now, just earlier this year, I was 380 pounds. For the majority of that time, I kind of held around 340, and then through bad eating, a more sedentary lifestyle, things have crept back up. And so after seeing that weight and realizing that the things that I want to do for the rest of my life, I want to be able to have kids safely, I want to be able to be active. My husband and I both enjoy doing mud runs and 5Ks. It hurts. It physically hurts right now to do a lot of physical activity. Going to the gym the next day means that I'm going to hurt. If I don't take my pain medicine for my knees, if I walk, 2 miles, 3 miles today, tomorrow I will be in pain. And it's all weight related. And I know that at this point there's really no other option. There really isn't another option. I can continue to try and diet and exercise and pull off weight very, very slowly, but there's no guarantee that, it's not going to come back quickly or faster than what it has in the past. And so, to prepare myself for the possibility of weight loss surgery, I've been doing a lot more reading on long-term health and how I am going to be able to adjust a lot of my habits, my eating habits, so that I can be successful with this weight loss surgery. There's lots of websites and things like that you can read about what the VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, is, but basically they're going to cut off a large portion of my stomach and make the remaining portion into more like a tube or banana shape. And my intestines aren't going to be actually rearranged. They're just going to be cutting off a large portion of my stomach. I'll be out of commission essentially for just a few weeks. I won't be able to lift heavy things like that, but for the most part I should be able to be up, walk around, and continue with job and everyday life. This whole decision really has just been for me. I've talked with my husband about it, talked with my family about it. I've had mixed reviews, I guess. Some people are excited, some people not so excited. But my husband's been super supportive of the whole situation and my decision, and that's all I can really ask for, is that he's got my back and we're going to go through this thing together. It's going to require a lot of different eating changes for both of us, because I'm the main person who cooks at home, and so since I'll have to cook smaller portions and healthier options, and he's going to have to eat some smaller portions and healthier options too, and so hopefully it'll be beneficial for both of us in the long run. So, yeah, this whole video is just a little bit about myself and why I decided to do this gastric sleeve journey, and I hope you all enjoy it. I am going to continue updating as time goes on, a little bit more about my whole process. I'll update you all on how I actually got down to Mexico and how the surgery went, and I'll come back with periodic updates about that as well. So hopefully stay tuned and we'll see how this thing goes. Have a good one.